Alastair Stewart's joining me. Alastair, you get my point about all these civic memorials, yes. And we kind of, just because it's part of our everyday life, perhaps don't think about them, and maybe this is the one week of the year.
Yeah.
When we can, and perhaps when we should.
Yes. I mean, it's very much, as I explained to you when we were chatting earlier, steeped in my psyche, in my memory, because my paternal grandfather fought in the First World War with the Highland Light Infantry, a regiment, sadly, that no longer exists because of mergers and cutbacks. My father was in the Royal Air Force. He was just too young, thank God, to get involved in the Second World War, because, as you pointed out, the life expectancy of those gunners, but also in Bomber Command, it was pretty brutal as well.
The figures astonishing for Bomber Command. Yeah. I mean, 125,000 men in total served, of whom 56,000 were killed.
Yes.
But a lot of the last 20,000 or so were people that came in right at the end for a few missions. So really, you had a 50% chance of being killed.
Absolutely. And it's often said, you know, that the First World War was won on the playing fields of Eton. My eldest son, as you know, was at Winchester College, and there is a memorial garden within the college because a generation of the best and the brightest was wiped out, and a lot of them in fighter command. You see the films and the pictures of these incredibly young fellows with their cravats and what have you, didn't make their mid-20s.
No.
Just staggering. No. But to me it matters enormously, and also the Royal British Legion. My mother, who was in the Wrens, so she was in the Navy, and again, too young to serve, but she did her bit. She, when Dad retired, then got involved with the Royal British Legion, and she was on the National Committee of the Women's Section. And I think it is worth remembering, as we saw last night at the Festival of Remembrance, those young women and children walking steadily down the steps to the centre field are the widows and orphans of men and women who have died recently in Afghanistan, in Iraq, a little further back, Northern Ireland. It wasn't just Flanders and Dunkirk.